Okay, so as a means of therapy, I think I'm going to do a video here where I share how my paintings did not work out this morning. It's hopefully going to be a quick video. So I had these abstracts that I was creating. This one, and this one. You can see they're all very similar. I was using one of Bob Burridge's graphic designs called cantilever, where you have a lot going on in one area of the painting and then it's calm in the other side. And I thought this little blue-green orb was really pretty calming, and this sort of chaos. I enjoyed making these paintings. And then I was thinking this morning I would come in and paint over or within the lines, the black lines, and it just did not work. I don't know. I didn't have the patience to do it, to paint over it and paint over it again. I just lost my patience. And I ended up painting over them with this tunnel vision sort of, I think that these are supposed to be like landscapes. So you have like the sun coming up over the mouth of a river here. And I took the three paintings that were the cantilever and I turned them into these tunnel visions. And I think it still is in line with the idea of like cathartic release, because this is all painted. These are all painted with paper towels and just, slamming the paint on the surface and just sort of going for it. I actually have a lesson with Bob today, which is pretty fun. My wife bought me a lesson for Christmas, and I'm looking forward to that. Here is a painting that was not turning out. It's a flower painting that was just driving me nuts. I was trying to get this flower right, over and over. This one right here, just this black glob of mess. And I knew when I painted this black glob, I knew I was going to paint back over and get some sort of like depth, of shadow. And so the thing that happened yesterday, I did a video on finishing this painting yesterday. And this is a picture of what ended up working out after I paint over this painting that didn't work. So this thing that was just looking, super nuts, it turned into this that looks really good. And this painting, I have the picture here, is before the paint dried. So it looks absolutely awesome. When the paint's dry, unfortunately, they kind of darken up. And it always is disappointing to me to see this, as a new acrylic painter, to see this happening. It really kind of drives me crazy sometimes, because the depth of things going on back here in the painting just gets completely lost when it dries and dulls down. Those reds and blues and stuff just end up being pretty much the same hue. And these pink highlights on the purples back here, they get lost when it dries out. But I am very pleased with the fact that this really, horrific looking flower painting turned into this thing that's not too bad, And so that's sort of what this whole thing is about to me, is like, getting through these paintings and being able to get to a place to where I'm accepting the disappointments. And then when they do come up, trying to figure out a way to deal with them and maybe analyze. If I had been in a more patient mood, I probably could have gone through and painted over this and painted over again, which by the time I got to that flower painting that did work out, this one, I was in a more patient mood and I was ready to kind of work with it and just continue to work with it. And it's really interesting that this really horrible orangish, yellowish black glob thing turned into this beautiful leaf here. It just did. And then I had to add a beautiful leaf, another one. This beautiful leaf here is that glob of nonsense. And then I added another little leaf here to kind of balance it out and make it look like it was presenting this flower here, which was supposed to be a rose, but I ended up just giving up and just saying, okay, let me make it look like it has some petals. It's just a flower with petals. I don't know what kind of flower it is. And it works out. I don't know what any of those flowers are. I'm not good enough to paint reality. That is for sure. Not yet anyway. Maybe I'll get there. So this is painting and, just dealing with the everyday. It's not working out how I want it to. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. When it doesn't, I try something new. Maybe go with this idea of like being really wild and crazy, painting right here with just a paper towel Not even using a paintbrush. I don't even know how to go back and make those paintings look any better than they are. May ask Bob about that today. Hopefully he'll have some words of wisdom for me. All right, that's it. Me and Django signing off.